संस्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. On the behalf of all of you and the Ramakrishna Math Basavanagudi, Bengaluru, we heartily welcome Revered Swami Jyotirupanandaji Maharaj, one of the most senior monks of the Ramakrishna Order, to give a special lecture on my experiences with the senior monks of the Ramakrishna Math and Mission. Swami Jyotirupanandaji is a very senior monk. He is 93 years old. He was born in 1932, initiated by Srimad Swami Shankaranji Maharaj, the 7th President of the Ramakrishna Math and Mission in 1951. To his credit, he shared the same room with the Jnana Maharaj, also called Brahmachari Jnana Maharaj, one of the direct disciples of Swami Vivekananda. He was a sevaka of most revered Swami Shankaranji Maharaj in 1956 for 3 months. He lived a life of wandering monk, wandering brahmachari for more than 1.5 years in October 1957 to 1959 end. He re-entered into the order in Shillong Centre and he served in Ramharipur, had brahmacharya from most revered Swami Vireshwaranji Maharaj in 1966 and sannyasa also by most revered Vireshwaranji Maharaj in 1968. Afterwards, he served in Advaita Ashrama, Calcutta, as a monastic worker and also the manager. And he was Acharya in the training center at Belur Math for 5 years from 1977 to 1982. And he was the head and the headmaster of the Ramharipur school almost for 8 years, from 1982 to 1990. The pinnacle of his service days came when he became the founder president of the Ramakrishna Society, the Vedanta Centre of Moscow. He founded the Moscow Center and he has to undergo a lot of hardships. He struggled a lot in the initial days of the center. And he was there from 25th May 1991 up to 16 September 2018 for almost 26 years. Now he is retired monk, he is living in the Belur Math and he is continuing to be the spiritual mentor of the Ramakrishna Society Vedanta Centre, Moscow. It is our privilege and that such a senior Swami, senior monk of the Ramakrishna Order has visited Basavanagudi Math, and we heartily salute the Swamiji, do pranam to Swamiji, and our President Padyaksha Maharaj will facilitate him with a bouquet. And I request Revered Swami Jyotirupanandaji Maharaj to enlighten us with the experiences, his experiences with the senior Swamis of the Ramakrishna Math and Mission when he was young, in the initial period of his monastic life. Maharaj.
Thank you, Swamiji. Jamaning Saradang Devi Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Pada Padme Toyasritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. respected Swamijis, Brahmachari, and the respected audience and others, I extend my namaskar to you all. Fortunately, I can be here, and the Swami here, he lovingly invited me to pass some days here, particularly Mother's Day. So, the Swamis in Bengaluru particularly, them, I know them from 1951. My first useful meeting was with His Holiness Swami Vivekanandaji Maharaj. You see, he was at that time Assistant Secretary of Bengaluru. He went to our village area where a lot of East Bengal people are pouring, coming, very helpless, driven from the East Bengal. Now, myself and a few young men also joined with the Swamis there to serve the people. You know Swami Vivekanandaji. Both are studying there in the city. Now, he was very much engaged in this relief work of the people who were coming. And he was so much inspired with his relief work. Then, after passing this matriculation, immediately he entered into organization. I also wanted to join at that time, but our revered Prabhu Maharaj, he came to see our relief work. Then a question was asked to him that, of course, I did not dare to directly talk to him. I feel myself diffident. But another Swami asked that this boy just give the examination from the matric. He can read well Bengali and English both. He understands the books or they are in the Ramakrishna literature. And at the same time he wants to become a monk. That is his aspiration. So, should he need any more study, or he can join now? Prabhu Maharaj lovingly told, yes, you can lead the brahmachari life even while studying. As you are a prominent student, my suggestion is that just with an idea I told, that if you want to kill yourself, a small instrument is enough. But if you want to kill others, you need all the other things to protect yourself. So I tell you, you remain brahmachari and continue your study. Come, after your result is out, you come to Bengaluru. I shall put you in the Vidya Mandir College. And after finishing your study, you can join Belur Math. That is the beginning. So when I came to Belur Math, of course, I met Maharaj, Prabhu Maharaj particularly. Then he immediately sent me to Sarada Pit nearby. You stay here, and when the college will open, you will be admitted there. So I was there in Sarada Pit. Now, every day I used to go to Belur Math. Belur Math in those days, 51, you can see, the front road, which is very beautiful now. There are so many holes here and there, both sides. I found that this had been filled up by this charcoal. And middle part is small, not very big. They planted this segun tree, teakwood, both sides. Now some of them are still existing. So at that time in Belur Math, from the morning to evening, gate is open. Say 6:30 they open the gate, and only evening after Aratik they close the gate. So whole day people can come and go. Monks are not very much in number. I think 35 to 40 monks are there. Brahmachari, 4 or 5, not very much. So I used to go every evening or rather afternoon to cut vegetables with the Swamis, and did for a long time, for some years with them. So I was well acquainted with them. At the same time, I learned how for different items vegetable can be cut differently. Everything, the sadhus are perfect. They wanted to make everything perfection. That is the interest I have seen there. So after passing some studied, say, 4 years more, I did not like to go further. Because from 1951 I used to go to Belur Math, got acquainted, and one of the volunteers. As a volunteer I used to work there. The Swamiji was very much pleased. And the result in the college also was very good. At the time of distribution of prizes, this Belur Math Swami see, this boy is getting a lot of prizes for sports, at the same time general study. So they are very happy with me. Now after finishing my honors graduation, I begged to first Sarada Pit that I don't want to proceed further. I want to join. My mind is very much interested to join, so I don't like to go further. But if you say I must study, then of course I can go forward. Now those days Swamijis were very particular. Swami Vivekananda in Sarada Pit, he is not going to tell by himself, study further. He told, there is General Secretary Swami Madhavanandaji, General Secretary at that time. Will you go to him And whatever he advise you, will you accept this? Oh yes, I heard about Swami Madhavanandaji, disciple of Holy Mother. Wonderful Swami. It is beyond my own imagination. The sadhus were, I directly saw them, can be so nice. However, in due time I joined Bengaluru Math. Swami Nirvanananda and Swami Shankaranandaji was president just. He became president. So, they are interested somehow. I was sent by Swami Vivekananda to talk to Swami Madhavanandaji. But how he answered to me here? He told, what subject you will study if you study in the university? Then I told Sanskrit. No. Which one? I want, if I study, then I shall study Vedanta philosophy. Then he told, yes, then continue your study, don't stop here. I committed that whatever you will tell I shall accept. But next point he told, you see, what I am telling to you, it is not only for sadhu life, but also we need some sadhus, educated sadhus. So considering both sides, I am telling. But your Guru is Swami Shankaranandaji. Why don't you go there? He will decide considering all sides. Better go there. So I went to him. He immediately called Shardapet Swami, Swami Vivekananda. And he told, you can make them a principal of the college, a professor, or some other. You can make that. This boy wants to become a sadhu. What about that? He asked. Then also he told, you see, Sharadapit on the gate. After Sharadapit, then Bengaluru Math. So, I heard, he told, I heard, whoever wanted to become brahmachari, they are stopped to your center. That's why you have enough brahmachari. But they cannot reach Bengaluru Math. They wanted to join to Bengaluru Math, but on the way. So this boy, better stay here. You have so many brahmacharis, in Bengaluru Math, we need him. This way, I stayed. Then I was able to see closely Swami's Madhavananda. You see, they are busy people. So every day you cannot go to salute them. They cannot allow. So once in a while you can go and meet him. Swami Shankaranandaji went to Bhubaneswar after being president. Perhaps he wanted to stay some days in Bhubaneswar. Bhubaneswar was building and other things happening was constructed by Swami Shankarananda by the order of Swami Raja Maharaj, Swami Brahmananda. So he decided to go to Bhubaneswar for some time. Then he used to come. By this time I have engaged to work in the Thakur Bhandar. His opinion was there, Swami Shankaranandaji, But first, when brahmacharis come to join, it is better to put them in the service of Sri Ramakrishna, the Bhandar. If they work at least for 1 year, then their life will be molded in a better way. So, after staying for some months and working, of course, that time brahmacharis are very few, 4, 5 I told. So we have a lot of burden in work. But I was a strong young man. Health was good, mind was alert, so I could do nicely. I was not tired, and they also like that one is very busy to do work. One thing was lacking. I have come to become a sadhu. Now they engage in the work, of course Thakur's work, it is all right. But I am not getting the time to do japa, neither in the morning nor in the evening. That is something I was rather surprised. I have come to see God. If I do not do even japa, how can I improve? About work, I have not that idea that work, if you can do in a perfect way, that will cover everything for the time being. Actually, the old Swami was there in the temple. He was very less educated in those days. From East Bengal he came. There he joined in Dhaka. All the sadhus are telling, you have no education, you don't like to sit for meditation or japa, only some work you do. Belmont will not accept you. Those 7, 8 sadhus, everyone is telling like that. He is very much pained. He has nothing to say. Yes, he is very less educated. Yes, he cannot get habituated to do japa or meditation. So he wrote a letter to Mahapurush Maharaj, Swami Shivananda. At that time he was president. Telling all about his sorrows, that all the sadhus are telling like that, and they are telling that I will not get any chance to become sadhu in Belmont. Now, please tell me what can I do? This is my capacity, I cannot sit for japa. I cannot study well, nothing. He replied very kindly, my dear boy, don't worry. So long I am behind you, you have nothing to worry. You need not do japa. You need not do other things. You are doing Thakur's work, service in the temple. So go on doing this all through. Means he meant up to the last. And whatever is needed I shall do for you. Don't worry. He showed me the letter the Mahapurush wrote, and he showed to all other Swamis who were at that time telling slightly about him. So, when we saw him, he is a man, just like a saintly man. Saint Prabodh Maharaj, other name I do not know, Prabodh Maharaj. He was an example how to serve day and night Thakur's and all Thakur's works. So I was working under him. But you see, in a novice, we are not allowed to do japas also. I was thinking that in Belmont I saw a few swamis, total maybe 35 or 40. But I think none of them has seen God. Seeing God is not an easy thing. That Ramakrishna's time, his disciples, they could realize God. But these sadhus, I don't find anybody to get realization. Of course, they are very good in their word, measured word. Extra word we will not find. Their movement is measured. In all other respects, they are wonderful sadhus. In all other respects. So, I was very happy to see them. I like to respect them, but that faith was not there, that they have seen God. But next year, there was a monks' conference, 1956 Paris. Monks' conference of this small number of sadhus, from other places also, less people, some monks could come, because poverty is there, even at that time. In so many other centers, there you see, they live their life keeping a few students, and they will go house to house to get some rice. By this way, I have seen at least 3 centers. They are living on that. Even I also joined in one place to beg rice only for the mission for some time. Even in Bangladesh, police caught me to put me in the police station, informed the Swami of the mott. Swami himself came, then released me from them. So I know this rice, whatever they need, they keep, and extra also there, poor people in surrounding of the town, they choose some people and every week they give them some rice for their living. So in Belmont, they are also not in a very good condition. Food is, you see, not up to any standard, I am telling you. Because, just I tell you this story. At night, some metallic pot, big, there they put water for the night, and coal is below, burning whole night. So, whole night this water began to boil. This boiling water in the morning, this water is not right. All the extract some juice, come out from the metal, mixed with water. Then some outsider devotee comes, prepare tea for us. You cannot put it in the mouth, it was so bad. And a piece of thin bread with a touch of, what is called, something is added there and gave. So if you get 1 cup of tea, you will not ask for the second cup, because only for the bread you have to take this tea. Food was normal. You can get food as much as you needed, but very simple. That was the condition for years. Now, my doubt was there. That is a most important thing that there is no sadhus visible here who has seen God. But I have come to see God. So, how it is? But in the monks' conference of the next year, President declared that in this monks' conference, so long I give the lecture, all the brahmacharis should be present in that conference. He brought a written statement. He was very careful and it was very necessary. So, he brought a small written statement and we are allowed inside the camp. Rather, it is a tent. At that time, small number of sadhus are there. So, in front of Legate House there is a tent there for these people. And we are allowed to stand there. Then he read out that sadhus should not be disheartened. I say that even now, Sri Ramakrishna is looking after this monastery, Bengaluru Math. He himself is looking after. So no sadhu here to be disheartened. He comes, Ramakrishna comes time to time, whenever necessary, whenever great trouble for the order. Ramakrishna himself comes and to give his advice to a sadhu what to do. Here is that sadhu to whom Ramakrishna gave a solution, which was the problem of this time. I guessed, of course, I am not sure. It is the problem about the Sharada Math. Taking up, Ramakrishna Mission should take up in the initial stage to build up the Sharada Math, then later they will take their responsibility. This was a great problem. I am not going into details. I guess that are the 50% sadhus were not in favor of that. 50% and most prominent among them. And some Prabhu Maharaj, Madhavananda Maharaj, or some other Swamis, they are in favor. So everything is over at that time in 1956. But you have to see, if in our order 50% has some suffering in the mind, that our decision or our likings was not accepted. So he need to tell in the meeting that Thakurs give that decision. Actually, there are step by step, everywhere found that 50% agree and 50% no. Finally they told, you are the president of the committee. We shall accept your decision. Please give decision what to do. Because already resolution was recorded in the book. He felt very bad that all the sadhus managed to escape in this question. They are thinking that if, along with monks, if nuns are to join and live that way, example is of Buddhistic time. Those who studied it, they know very well what can be the fate. So that's why 50% did not agree. So President himself thought, all responsibility has come to me. If I say yes and everything goes well, then no problem. But if this type of problem comes, everyone will blame this president that he has destroyed the progress of the organization built by Swami Vivekananda. And if I say no, Swamiji's word is there in their front. The first, my mother's mutt, then for the boys. That is, I prefer first, my mother's mutt should be there. These things also, they cannot escape. The Swami's order was like that. Somehow, societies was a bit different. Raja Maharaj tried. We also could not do anything material. Mahapurush Maharaj, he was also interested. He also could not find that society is not in favor. So this time, Shankarananda Maharaj, Madhavananda Maharaj, and others. So, in this meeting he told, a monk, Ramakrishna came to a monk and gave his decision. Therefore I say, no sadhu should be disheartened. Ramakrishna himself is running the order. This much we heard, came out. Then I was thinking, because up to this I did not believe any monks present here can see God and talk with Him. But after his telling like this, we thought a lot. Then I went to Swami Madhavanandaji. That is, I was doing work in the Thakur Bhandar. And early morning monks goes there, opening the door, directly saluting Ramakrishna, and come back the door where I sit and do some work. And every time they, while going, they told, my boy, be very careful, it is Thakur's work, you should be very careful. One day, 2 days, 3 days, 3 days, if I hear, I was a young man, hearing this again and again, I become critical. Those who are telling, whether they have understood me, it is Thakur's work. So, a type of revolt came into the mind. And for solution I went straight to Swami Madhavanandaji. Still I am a new brahmachari. Nobody need to care for me too much, but still I went there. Then so let us continue. Then he told, what can I do for you? Swamiji, I do not accept that all works, what we are doing, it is Thakur's work. I don't think like that. So whether in your rules, anything different, whether I am allowed to stay here or not, because I do not accept these things work or Ramakrishna's work. Because every day a lot of durba leaf, durba grass I have to pick up. It takes time. Then Billapatra, getting up to the tree, thorns are there with difficulty, and particularly in winter, all leaves are spoiled. You have to find out right leaves. So this, I told, if Ramakrishna is alive, what he will do with this grass and leaves? What he will do? See, young man, but it was much daring to ask him like that. But he is a man of very high stature, so far as now I can understand. He told, then why are you doing such work? Simply told. That is the awkward question. Simple answer could be, at that time, Belmont was very strict. If you do not do the work what they wanted, show you the gate. Go, leave. You need not stay. But such answer is a vulgar answer. I don't like to tell to such a great Swami. So a device came in my mind. I told Swamiji, when we do any work, if we could do it very perfectly, then we got some joy in the mind. I think that is called Chitta Shuddhi. I think like that. And from Chitta Shuddhi you can get moksha. I want that moksha. And Madhavanandaji replied, is it a small thing, moksha? It is a simple word, moksha. I am not telling it is simple or small thing. But I have no love for Ramakrishna. Just straight I told. Now you see, I have idea that Madhavanji can read, whoever in his front, what is in his mind, he can read well. I believe. So, he pointed out and showing, yes, if Thakur willing, you will have devotion for Ramakrishna. 3 times he told like that, showing my heart. Later years I understood that I got a blessing from such a person who is far advanced to see God. Later I understand, I was very happy. But finally told, but what you are doing? You are seated outside the temple. Outside means in the temple outside, and sitting there with the word is told as that abhiman, offended. You got offended somehow and seated there for hours at noon time. That is not your karma yoga. Answer. I felt very much ashamed. A great Swami, General Secretary of great Ramakrishna Mission, and I am just a student, insignificant student. He is very much acquainted what I am doing and not doing. Even when he walks back after taking lunch, he will not look here or there. Just one look below and he goes. Somehow that asking was very good, but mind was not pacified. One problem as a brahmachari, new brahmachari, of course, already I have stayed 1.5 years, 2.5 years. Already I stayed in Bengaluru, and finally I got chance to live in the same room where Vivekananda's disciple, Jnana Maharaj, who was staying there in that room. 4-seated room, 3 persons were there, one of them it is I. So for the whole year I saw Ramakrishna's disciple, what they are, how they live. That is one very important and interesting thing. he did not get initiation. His name Brahmachari Gyan. Once he was criticizing that new brahmacharis come, and when I asked, what is your name? He will tell, Brahmachari Ranan, Brahmachari this. Just came from their house. Immediately they add Brahmachari so. Gyan was annoyed. Can't you tell your full name, what your parents gave? Like that he used to tell them. Then I pointed out, I was also a bit slightly naughty to him, not to others, naughty. I told, then your booklet, it is written Brahmachari Gyan. Why have you written this Brahmachari there? Then he told his story. You see, early period, what booklet I wrote, I did not give my name. Now police found out somewhere a book written about Swami Vivekananda, very strongly something, Vivekananda's advice. They searched where from this book was printed. They searched here and there. It is British period. So, finally, heard from others that this book has been printed from Bengaluru, not written in the book. So they came and told, is it your publication? Then the old Swamis, they are telling, yes, it is, in some way you can say it is our publication, but our individual monk, Sadhu, he wrote this book and circulating because it will do good to the young people if they get the instruction of Swami Vivekananda. That's why he printed. You see, it is a great trouble for us. We searched all through. Next time when you will write at least name and where from it is printed. This should be written. So I wrote Brahmachari Gyan. Headquarters told me, you see, for you, the police is coming and telling all these things. So, 1 year, more than 1 year, he became blind. But whatever he tells, we find that it comes true. In 2-3 cases, and directly, he was talking, asking somebody, go to Mahendra Datta, Swami's brother. Will you go to him? Virajananda Swami, Gyan Maharaj, and Mohim Babu, Mahendra Datta, Mohim Babu. 3 were friends in those days. So they loved each other. That lady was a teacher somewhere in some school. She told, I thought it is a Durga Puja period. After Navami, Dashami day I shall go for saluting him. Today can't you go there? He told, if you ask me to go, of course I shall go. All right then, go and tell me my Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishna. He will not take anybody's salutation. He was such, and also called everybody with brother. What was name was there? Brother so. With respect, even for brahmacharis, he has respectfully addressed them. So, this lady went that day, maybe Ashtami day or so. On the Dashami days, we came to know that Mohim Babu expired. If that lady would go there on the Dashami day, she could not see him. She could. So, then I asked him, I was so free to him, Swamiji, I heard that day you almost forced the lady to go to Mohim Babu. No, but did you know somewhere that Mohim Babu will not stay longer? Said, yes, yes. I saw Mohim Babu is going through the sky, distributing sweets everywhere. He is going. Now Mohim Babu's book, some are maybe translated in English, but a lot of books he wrote, much more information about Ramakrishna, about Vivekananda, about others, he wrote. That you can take as sweets. He distributed everywhere. Anyhow, then one day I went also with a monk to meet Mohim Babu. I saw him, so fair complexion, so nice to look, not exactly like Vivekananda, a bit different. Eyes are not that big. But he is also beautiful appearance. But his color is red and white together. So he was also a good sadhaka. Fortunately met him, I did not talk. Another Swami talked with him. Now, I was in search of that. Shankarananda Maharaj told, here is some Swami is present, to whom Ramakrishna came and gave the advice. Who is that monk? I was also living sometimes in the monks' quarter. All around, 30, 40 monks are there. With them, I hear morning, evening, I hear their talk. When they assemble, they talk this and that way. So my conclusion is that they may be tapasvi or may be advanced, but none of them, I think, saw God. Then who? Stray president and some other monks are living isolatedly, this house, they are like that. Among them also I did not find anyone. Then I wanted to solve this problem because I did not believe anybody sees God, and he is telling such monk is there. Then of course after 2.5 years, somehow mind could not adjust with that present situation at that time, particularly for me, not for organization moving nicely, everything is nicely. But you see, I believe in past karma of the past life. That I believe. I suffered, you see, even though everything was all right. But I myself suffered first in this Thakur Seva. There I suffered a lot. Then after some year, after moving all over India, again I was sent in a difficult place. There also 16 months I was there, but I mentally suffered very much. And every time a question is running in the mind, day and night. What have I done? What is wrong with me? I did not do anything wrong. And I never become disobedient. And doing my best, I have no such attitude, not do less work. That attitude was not there. I am ready to do any and every work. But still I suffered. In the third place, also, my suffering did not reduce, it increased. So these were 10 years past. Then Prabhupada sent me to Advaita Ashram, Calcutta. Picture was quite different. When Smaranandaji was there, I was working, just sitting by him, near him. But there I found that, yes, all the sadhus are quite gentlemen, behavior is very nice, everything nice. So, but then gradually I understand that suffering, one sentence of Holy Mother I understand a bit nicely. That is, that all the sufferings is the gift, kind gift of the God. Bhagavaner doyar dan. Dukkha kashta Bhagavaner doyar dan. Now you see, Bhagavan may give all these things, but how? It is so fierce thing, so terrible. Our mother is telling it is doyars. It is the gift of God's special kindness. Yes. After staying in Advaita Ashram, I realized that and ready to accept any type of sufferings joyfully. And recently, time is over. Anyhow, recently I feel that it is a boon for me if anybody tell harshly, behave roughly, rather I have compassion for him, not to be sorrowful. That was my condition. So this much, you see, there are so many things. But now I understand, at least I identify 4 or 5 monks, Swami Shantananda, he was one. So other monks, 4 or 5, that yes, in their meditation they saw God, they talk with God. So I am sure about that. So I have no doubt, I am blessed that I have taken this path with all sorts of sorrows, suffering, pitfalls, everything. I feel that God was very kind to me. Thank you all.
Thank you, Revered Maharaj, for your detailed exposition of the reminiscence of the old sadhus you have met and had contact with. And this will be a great lesson for the new generation, the youngsters who have assembled here and are listening through the online. We are on the behalf of the ashrama, on the behalf of all the devotees, I request the Adhyaksha Maharaj, Swami Nityastanji, to facilitate Swamiji with the fruits as a mark of our respect, as a mark of and gratitude. Thank you very much, Swamiji. ಒಂದು ಸೂಚನೆ ಇದೆ. ಮುಂದಿನ ವಾರ ಶನಿವಾರ ಮತ್ತು ಭಾನುವಾರ ಆಶ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಚಿಂತನ ಸೌರಭ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ವಿಶೇಷ ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಆಗಾಗಲೇ ಪ್ರಕಟಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಯಾರು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಂದಣಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ಬೇಗನೆ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಅಥವಾ ಆಶ್ರಮದ ಆಫೀಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಪನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಮೂಲಕ ಅವರು ನೋಂದಣಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಪ್ರಿಯತಾಂ ಪುಂಡರೀಕಾಕ್ಷಃ ಸರ್ವವಿಘ್ನೇಶ್ವರೋ ಹರಿಃ ತಸ್ಮಿನ್ ತುಷ್ಟೇ ಜಗತ್ತುಷ್ಟಂ ಪ್ರೀಣಿತೆ ಪ್ರೀಣಿತಂ ಜಗತ್. ಹರಿಃ ಓಂ ತತ್ಸತ್. ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣಾರ್ಪಣಮಸ್ತು. जय श्री गुरु महाराज जी की जय. जय श्री महामाई की जय. जय श्री स्वामी जी महाराज जी की जय.